Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of DC University. Today we're going to be talking about the new Iconic again, and just showing specifically the stat gains. I had somebody in my previous video just ask if I could show examples of just how much gains there are from the surge mechanic enhancement, and for each one, because you get for each PI that you get that falls under the surge category, you get what is it? I think it's 18. Yeah, 18% increase. So 18, 36, and 54. And I'm going to show you from tanking standpoint. I really think tanking is going to benefit a lot from this. The support roles are really going to benefit a lot from this, but especially tanking. If you think about the amount of defense you're going to gain and the amount of dominance and restoration, you're going to make your shields just, solid. So you think about if you can put out the right PIs, it's a really, really good cooldown. So with we'll get right with enough of that. We'll get started. Let me see. Make sure you're not on my loadout. And so the surge PIs, you're going to have terrified, electrified, crushed, destabilized. Crushed and destabilized are going to be one of your easier ones, just because you can really, like any of the PIs, you can use crafted grenades to apply the power interaction, but the cooldown duration makes it to where, like, when you throw the third one down, that first one is just about coming up off its duration. So like you can do 2 max, but you got to have one of the other PIs coming from an ability. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Magma Vortex, which is going to do crushed. And then I'm also going to use Word of Power, which gives me the lightning. And then I'm going to do Chronometric Emitter for the destabilized. The emitters are, a tank's bread and butter. Like, you want to use those all the time. So it really is a good one to use if you're thinking about it from the surge mechanic and gaining stats. So make sure I got Word of Power. And if it's not letting me because I'm in combat, yeah. Let's try this again. Just bear with me, y'all. I appreciate it very much. And guys, I really appreciate all the comments and views I got on the last video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I know there's a lot of questions about this iconic ability. But, I greatly appreciate it if y'all could, comment, like, subscribe. I'm going to keep doing videos like this. I'll get a tanking video out pretty soon, fire tanking. But I'm pretty much always going to be talking about new stuff that's coming out, kind of giving my opinions and some breakdowns of what it's all about. The ability, is it good, is it bad, artifacts, powers, you name it. I've already got a nature healing one. I'll do a nature DPS and pretty soon. But y'all let me know what you like, what you don't like, what you want to see. I'm here for y'all. I'm happy to help. So you just let me know if there's anything you got questions for, what have you. So okay, we're gonna go. I went ahead and took purified pages off. Okay, so here we go. 836 defense, precision, resto. Okay, so now we're gonna get much better, accurate. Okay, so crushed. That's 1. So defense 968,000, might 493. So it's 200,000. Well, no, 100,000. Let's say roughly like 100,000 increase in the defense. Okay, now we're gonna do the other one. We'll just do 2. Okay. So now we're gonna do we'll do the emitter and crushed. $1,072,000 defense. So we're at 200,000 defense. Restoration. So yeah, obviously pages was affecting that quite a bit. But it should be up to, 54%. So it'll be at 1.2 million with 3. My defense will be 1.2 million with 3. Restoration would be 360,000 ish. Precision 135, 300, 405,000 ish. And the dominance 150, so 300, 440 ish, 440,000 maybe. So anyway, we'll find out. So emitter, crushed. Oh crap. Okay. And having the supercharge. All right. This really. Okay, so now I got supercharge. All right, we do all 3 of these. And here we go. So emitter, crushed, word of power, Exobyte Steal, 1.2 million defense, 300,000 might, 420,000 precision, restoration 346,000. So yeah, right about kind of what I was saying. So yeah, it's roughly 54. It is 54%, maybe 51-ish. It kind of depends. Clearly, if I go for a fully stacked pages first, and then that's like I was saying, that's 36% increase. Plus 30%, so you're looking at 66% increase on most of your stats, which is just unreal. But here, we'll see what we can do. Okay, so we got full pages stacks. There's our crushed, there's our emitter, and there's a steal. So that's just 2, which would be pretty typical, let's just say. And then we're at, yeah, that's the 1.36 million might or defense, 369,000 restoration. Like just huge gains. Well worth it from a support standpoint. Like I said, tanking is just, it's gonna be hard to get you down. And then you think of the other things, like, okay, you've got, if you got Lex Luthor, and he's going to increase your might by, or your defense by, what is it, 15%. or 15% for 15 seconds when you're at 50% health. It's just it's it's a big jump. It's a really really big jump. You start thinking about like all those percentage gains. You're gonna be, like it's not gonna be un, ridiculous to think you might be around the 1.75 million might really quick, or defense really really quick. So it's awesome. It really is. Um, you know, like I said, the DPS side of it, I think it has potential. It's just gonna it's I don't think I don't think you're gonna be able to get a real consistent result from it. By all means, use it. At the very least, you'll get extra damage from the spike or extra damage from the explosion, and if you're lucky, you'll get a percentage gain in your stats. But if you're already got a crowded loadout, um, you can do all right without it. It's not a must-have, but it's definitely gonna benefit some. Um, but yeah, like I said, the support roles, y'all are really want to take a look at this. Healing, kind of the same thing. Like, all right, healing, I think would probably have a much harder time with it, because it's like, okay, you're gonna get a 12-second cooldown for the dominance and the restoration. So your shields are gonna be stronger, your heals are gonna be stronger, but timing that with incoming damage, um, I think is gonna be hit or miss. You'd be better off just using a more stable, consistent cooldown to strengthen your heals, like an on-demand stat buff trinket or something like that. Um, but yeah, the tanking I think is going to be really really good. So I hope this kind of clarifies a few things for y'all. And yeah, sorry for the long-winded explanation, but I tend to ramble. Anyway, y'all take care.